Over the next 2 days, we are going to be backpacking and hiking the Buffalo Peaks Loop in central Colorado. We're going to be about 30 minutes north of Buena Vista. It is a 12-mile loop that is going to take us about 2 days to camp, and we're going to be camping out at the halfway point on the trail. Buckle up, it's going to be a fun one. We have successfully made it to the trailhead. It's a little bit more packed than I thought it would be, but that's fine. We're just gonna get some sunscreen going and some bug repellent, and then we're gonna be on our way. And we're off. The journey has begun. So it's not exactly an uncommon experience, but about halfway here to the trailhead, my Google Maps GPS ended up giving out. So I had to stop in Fairplay and kind of go through all of the turns, memorize them a little bit, and then kind of navigate based off of the memorization from there. Luckily I did end up finding it pretty well, so it wasn't too bad of a problem. Coming up on a little aspen grove here. So you can tell it's an aspen by the way it is. It's funny, I was so caught up in starting the videos for this video and keeping an eye on Google Maps to try and find this place that I totally forgot to start my All Trails navigation. So I'm still going off the offline map, but I'm kind of just winging it at this point. Decided to stop and take a break by this little creek down here. I'm probably about two and a half miles in of my 5 miles, my 5.5 miles. So I'm maybe a third of the way, maybe getting closer to halfway, but not too bad. It's been a lot of uphill so far, but it's whatever. I can handle it. We got about 10 hours of sunlight left, I'd say. So we're still making pretty good progress. We'll definitely be there before sundown. I'm trying to do some mushroom hunting while I'm here by the creek, but I'm not seeing anything. Like this right here would be a prime shrooming spot, man. I'm literally standing on top of an open dead tree. There's a creek here. You'd think you'd be finding a huge colony, but I'm not seeing anything at all. Anyway, enough shroom hunting. Let's get packed up and hit back on the trail. Look at that view, man. That is gorgeous. You can see all the way out there down into South Park even. You know, man, I've seen a lot of haters online complaining about the view around here. Not me. Might not be grand, picturesque, majestic peaks, but still very cool. I mean, just look how beautiful this trail is. It's nice and breezy, pretty calm. I mean, one of the parts a little bit back was basically a vertical incline, but you know, we made it through. I decided to stop by this creek here for a little bit, needing to get some calories in me, and just wanted to see if I can stop and find some mushrooms, but I'm not seeing anything around here. I don't know if this is the right type of environment for them, but we'll keep searching. Back on the trail. We're hitting this pretty steep incline part. Man, my mouth is dry. I had even drinking a pretty good amount of water at that last stop. Pretty hot today too. I'm thinking we just got over the peak elevation, because now I'm starting to head downhill and this whole hike has just started to become a whole lot easier. Gorgeous view though, look at that. I reckon we just hit the switchback. That means we are officially halfway done with the hike. Once I'm at the bottom of this switchback, I can start looking for a place to camp up in the tree line. We're just now coming down into the meadow here. Take a look at that. That is insane. I actually had to drop off the trail a bit to take a look at this, but well worth it. I think this spot will do quite nicely. Stay here for the night. Camp is officially set up. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can find a place to store our bear can for a little bit, and then I think I'm gonna take a nap. Found this spot right here about 70 big paces away from camp. I think we'll probably throw this wood on it. Nope, that's way too heavy. That's actually attached to the tree. Maybe this. I just need something to kind of like lock it into place somewhere. Just got done taking like a 2-hour nap. I think what I'm going to end up doing is heading down to the river down here and seeing if I can find some more usable water. We might have to go like a mile or so, but we'll see. My efforts to locate a suitable water supply have failed pretty bad. I spent about a good 30 minutes by my campsite trying to find something. I don't really want to go down there because last time that's where I tried going by my campsite and it was just very stagnant. I also couldn't fill my bag enough, so I mean, we had a bit of sunlight left in the day, so I'm just going a little bit further down the trail to see if I can find something. Ended up running into a couple of dudes. They're like, if you head down to where the trail tees off, then you should be able to head down to where there's a good water supply. So, and I'm thinking is where the trail is teeing off. This is where they're talking about. They said I can go down a little bit further this way as well, but I don't have like all the daylight left in the world to
Scoop up a bag, man. So I went down a little bit further the original trail, and there wasn't a sufficiently deep area where water is flowing. So now we're going with plan B, which is taking that T trail down to this area, which is clearly deep. I just didn't want to walk all the way down here if it was going to end up being stagnant, so we'll see. I think we actually might be in luck. Alright, mission successful. It's kind of a tiny bit murky, but I have a water purifier, or water filter. It was flowing, so we know it should at least be good, but we'll see. We'll see if I die on the way home tomorrow. Bandana Avenue. Home sweet home. I think we'll hurry and knock out dinner real quick just to kind of get me fed, and then we'll get that fire going, because I don't know how much time left we have in daylight at this point. I am 70 big paces away from camp. I'm making some chicken dumplings, so that'll be nice. Eating a bag of crushed chips to save space, with the spoon, of course, so you don't get your fingers dirty. The sun is just about to go down. I'm just barely making food. That water endeavor ended up taking like a good hour and a half, man. It's crazy. I could just be very exhausted and very hungry, but this chicken and dumplings is the best thing I've ever tasted. I swear to God. Got our fire started. At this point, it's just time to hunker down for the evening and relax. So I'm just out here enjoying my fire as one does, and it starts raining. So I'm kind of just, it's drizzling right now. So I decided to come over here just to kind of see what's going on. Got ourselves a moose. It's pretty cool. This is just like that YouTube channel Outdoor Boys. It is officially dark as out. Just me and my fire. Alright, y'all. I'm going to bed. I'll see you guys in the morning. At like 4 a.m., there was like something that was howling like crazy, and it couldn't have been like a quarter mile from me. It was so loud and so visceral, but it was awesome. Anyway, it's like 6 a.m. now, so I'm gonna get up and start getting ready. This is our view this morning. Like I said, it's about 6 a.m. I've had to pee since like 4, but of course I wasn't going to be getting out of my tent when whatever creature was around. Coming over to retrieve my bear can so I can make myself some brekkie. Actually kind of forgetting where I ended up putting it. Oh, there we are. I had misplaced my eating utensils, so I'm down here at the last place I ate at, and guess what? Lo and behold, it's been here all night. Camp is fully packed up. It's about 8:30, so it took me about 2.5 hours to make some coffee, eat some brekkie, take a dump, and pack up my camp. We're back on the trail for the start of our day 2 hike, which is the second half of the whole total hike. Each half was supposed to be about 5.9 miles, but I ended up doing about 6.1 yesterday, so I don't have to do as much today. On top of it, it's entirely downhill, so hopefully it's a bit easier than yesterday, which was pretty much entirely uphill. We're about a mile in now, coming up on the spot where I tried to get water the first time yesterday. That's the post where the trail breaks off, and that's where I went and got water as my second attempt. But yeah, this is about how far I ended up having to go yesterday just to get some water. Got a pretty good view of South Park down there coming on up as we're lowering elevation. Views are still great. We've dropped down into the forested area where it's basically a pretty steep decline with a lot of rocks. Progress has been kind of slow, but at least there's shade. I'm basically just hitting the halfway point of today's hike. I've been in this pretty heavily wooded area for a minute now. It's been kind of nice. It's been very breezy. The terrain's okay. It's a lot better than that rocky incline. I do see a sign coming up here though. Let's take a look and see what it says. It says Buffalo Peaks Wilderness. Very nice. I think I got across the creek right here. I can definitely hear some kids ahead, so I think I'm catching up to the family. So I just ran into that family I was telling you about. They have 2 little boys, probably like 6 and 8. So we got to a river, and the way you cross the river was this weird like makeshift canoe ferry thing. And like the 8-year-old kid literally ferried everybody across. It's pretty funny. The other kid was like, "I only have 3 miles left." I'm like, "I've only made it 2.5 miles. Oof." So with where I'm at, I'm pretty sure I have to make it around that whole mountain right there. And then I'll be at my car, which the kid said about 3 miles. I'm probably like 2.95, 2.9 now. Dude, look at that view, man. That's insane. Just taking a quick break. Looks like I was right. I do have to go around that entire mountain. But as soon as I'm around it, it's like the trailhead's right there at the very end, so not too bad. I'm probably like a mile and a half now at this point, according to All Trails, so maybe an hour at the worst. You were seeing here on the final stretch. Not too bad. I was told there was going to be no more inclines. Thought I literally just went up this incline. That went on forever and is arguably the worst one of the entire trip. It's like you would go like 100 feet. You're like, okay, sweet, I'm gonna hit the top of this hill. And then it turns and you're like, all right, another 100 feet. And then it turns and it's like another 100 feet. And that just went on for like a good 20 minutes. We're on this final decline here. I say final because I can definitely hear some cars down there, so we've got to be getting close. And here we are. We've made it back to the trailhead. Hopefully my car's still here. Oh, yep, it is. I can see it. Thanks again, guys, for joining me on that 2-day backpacking trip to Buffalo Peaks Loop. Comment if there's anything that you think I could have done different for the backpacking trip. And if you liked what you saw, then like and subscribe. Thanks.